4-5 Warrior football team now just 2 days away from their big-time conference matchup with New Mexico State in Las Cruces. UH will be led for the third time this season by junior Greg Alexander as starting quarterback. So far this season, California native has passed for 492 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Our own Robert Kikaula caught up with number 12 as he prepares for this very important WAC battle.
From your perspective at quarterback, scale of 1 to 10, being comfortable, where are you?
Probably about 7, offense.
Scale of 1 to 10 in running the offensive package?
Probably about 7.
How about the fun factor?
Well, having a 10 right now.
Over the last couple of weeks, it seems every time you take off running, it's a touchdown or a huge first down.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
FBS, Alexander will scramble with it. He's inside the 5. He dives. He's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, it can be fun sometimes. And, sometimes just kind of stuff breaks down. You just got to get out there.
I'm sure you'd rather fling it, though.
Oh, yeah. Much rather throw it. Let the other guys take the hits.
Warriors at 4-5, 3-3 in the WAC, must win 3 of their final 4 to qualify for the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl. Aggies are 3-5, 1-3 in conference. Kickoff set for Saturday, 11 in the morning, Hawaii time.
Everybody, let's talk sports. This Saturday's showdown between the UH football team and New Mexico State in Las Cruces will feature a pair of offenses that are mere shadows of their former selves. The Warriors and Aggies have frequently placed at or near the top in the country in total offense in recent seasons, but this week Hawaii comes in currently 84th nationally in that category, while New Mexico State enters ranked 53rd. In UH's case, massive turnover in personnel has contributed to a revamped offensive theory this season. Injuries haven't helped either. As for the Aggies, injuries owe plenty, especially on the offensive line. However, some of the key weapons are still in place. Quarterback Chase Holbrook, for instance, is by all accounts a future NFL quarterback and is 15th in the nation, averaging 265 yards through the air per game. Meanwhile, receiver Chris Williams, who's listed at just 5'8", is 11th in the country with 98.5 yards receiving per and 4 touchdown catches.
We held them to 13 points last year. We're gonna have to play a good ball game against them. This Williams is an excellent receiver. He didn't play against us last year. He's probably the best receiver in the league, in the WAC, and they have 3 guys that complement him too. We're going to see all 4 receivers and a wide open like they play everybody, including us last year. That's what I feel.
Aggies are 3-5, 1-3 in the WAC. Warriors are 4-5, 3-3 in conference. Kickoff Saturday is set for 11 a.m. Hawaii time.
Coming up tonight at 10, the UH football team's racking up some mileage this year with a record 6 road games. So what does it take to move 100 players, coaches, and support staff? Tonight, Liz Chun takes a behind-the-scenes look at the team that moves Hawaii's team. Caring for the Warriors calls for packing a lot of Band-Aids and heating pads. Even the athletic trainers have to work out of makeshift medical facilities, transforming hotel rooms into rehab centers.
A lot of it is improvisation type stuff. So, we do a lot of things just based upon, what we're given. So, for example, in our athletic training room back at home, we'll have whirlpools here. We'll use the pool jacuzzi as our hot tub and stuff like that. And then kind of like what you see here, we've taken a room and kind of gutted it and just bring in tables and use that as our treatment tables, our taping tables and whatnot.
Just a couple of days to go before their final road game of the season. The Warrior football team is still trying to settle into their new surroundings. Liz Chun has more.
The UH football team will have to adjust to a number of climate changes in its game with New Mexico State in Las Cruces this week. Besides the 4,000 feet elevation, this desert region is proving to be very dry. Is the air catching up with you? I heard some guys felt winded.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe up here. Your throat gets dry, your nose starts running, so it's a lot different from Hawaii.
So what do you guys have to do to make sure that you're up to speed?
We just got to get used to it as fast and as quick as we can.
Back-to-back days of 2.5-hour practices have helped condition the Warriors. From what Coach Greg McMackin sees, his team is now running as it should after 8 days on the road.
Getting acclimated to the time difference. We practiced at 4:30 in the morning Hawaii time, and everybody was fine. The weather and the atmosphere and the dryness, I think we are getting acclimated to that. I think it helps us.
Hawaii starting quarterback Greg Alexander is noticing subtle things about the atmosphere as well.
Yeah, it's been pretty windy out here. That's really the only thing. You just kind of got to adjust your throws a little bit. And I don't run too much, so I'm all right.
That might not be the case for backup QB Inoke Funaki. The Kahuku grad spent most of his time Thursday on the sidelines. Coach noticed that Brent Roush was taking majority of the reps behind Alexander. Is that something that you're looking to do this week?
Inoke's hip is bothering him a little bit, so I think he was, just taking care of that a little bit. Just it's a little cold, and we just didn't want to pull anything.
Status then for Funaki at this point?
I haven't talked to the trainers. It's that hip he hurt back at Boise State.
Because a travel roster leaves a limited amount of players, Coach Greg McMackin says his team has to be very efficient with its practices. Every available Warrior is being used to prepare for the Aggies. Reporting from El Paso, Texas, Liz Chun, KGMB 9 Sports.